I was standing in the kitchen slicing onions for dinner when she spoke. Her tone was strangely steady, almost like she'd practiced it beforehand. I slept with my coworker last night. The knife froze halfway through its arc. I stared at her, the metal shaking in my grip. My chest tightened, not with anger at first, but with a sharp, unreal shock that made the room tilt for a moment. She held my gaze, waiting, not apologizing, not even nervous, just waiting. "Congratulations," I finally said, my voice flat, sounding like it came from someone else entirely. Her eyebrows shot up. "Excuse me?" I set the knife down slowly, as though the steel might hold back the storm rising inside me. "Congrats," I repeated. "I should be thrilled for you, right?" Confusion flashed across her expression. Then the facade slipped. "You're not angry?" "I don't know," I answered honestly. "Right now I'm just trying to understand how someone I trusted so deeply could do something like this." Her lips trembled, maybe regret, but faint, distant, as though she was watching her own actions from far away. "It just happened. We had drinks after work, and things got out of control." I let out a laugh that scraped painfully out of my throat. "Out of control? You mean cheating? That's the word, isn't it?" She lowered her eyes to her hands. "I didn't mean for it to happen. Stop." I cut her off before she could continue. "Don't try to rationalize this." The air around us seemed to thicken. The chopped onions blurred in front of me, their harsh smell filling the room, but I barely registered it. All I could feel was the violent crack in everything I believed about her, about us. 7 years of marriage. 7 years of shared mornings, laughing at burnt toast, whispering secrets in the dark. And now she stood there tearing through our reality, like she was confessing something trivial. "I don't know what to say," she whispered, voice shaking. "I wanted to tell you sooner, but I didn't know how." I sank into the kitchen chair, gripping the edges until my knuckles whitened. "So you waited until now, after you slept with him, after you betrayed me." Tears finally welled in her eyes, breaking through the icy front she'd held onto. "I'm so sorry. I never meant to hurt you. I don't even know why I did it. I swear it didn't mean anything." "Nothing." This time my voice cracked wide open. It meant everything to me. Her face crumpled. She reached out, as if to touch my arm. I pulled back before she could. "Don't," I said. "Don't touch me." I couldn't bear it. "Not now." Maybe not ever. She had shattered the core of our life with a single night, and the worst part was how casually she had spoken the truth, like it was nothing. I've been miserable," she finally murmured, her voice tiny beneath the weight of what she'd done. I felt trapped, stifled. "You were always so busy with work, with your projects." I felt invisible. Her admission hit hard, sharp as ice. I could hear the loneliness she'd been carrying. And I hated it. Hated that she felt unseen. Hated that I hadn't noticed, but even more, I hated that she chose to run to someone else instead of talking to me, instead of trying to fix what we still could have saved. "I didn't know," I whispered. "I thought we were happy. I thought we were on the same team." She shook her head as tears rolled down her cheeks. "We were. I made a mistake. A terrible one. Mistake." The word echoed, hollow and insufficient. A mistake is an accident. This wasn't accidental. This was a choice, wrapped in wine and excuses. I leaned back, my thoughts spinning. Moments flashed in my mind, her laughter at office gatherings, late-night messages, a different scent on her clothes. Clues I had brushed away as nothing. And now the truth hit me like a tidal surge. "I don't know if I can ever trust you again," I said, my voice trembling but painfully clear. "And I don't know if I can stay in this marriage." She dropped into the chair across from me, wiping her face. "I understand. I don't expect forgiveness, not now, maybe not ever. I just needed to tell you the truth." Silence swallowed the room. Each tick of the clock slammed against my chest. I thought of everything we'd built, the home, the pictures, the plans. And suddenly it all felt like grains slipping through my fingers. "I need space," I finally said, the words distant and cold. "I can't look at you tonight." Maybe not again for a long time. I don't know. She nodded. Whether she understood or pretended to, I couldn't tell. I'll go. She stood, and for the first time I saw her clearly. Not my wife, but a stranger who once felt like home. The door clicked shut, and the silence that followed was crushing. I slid to the floor as the weight of it all settled over me. The betrayal wasn't just the act itself. It was the destruction of trust, the breaking of something I thought was unbreakable. I thought about calling my best friend, but even words felt impossible. How could I explain the hollow ache in my chest? The way every memory now felt poisoned? Hours crept by. I washed dishes on autopilot, clinging to routine. But every object in the apartment whispered her absence. When night settled in, I found myself staring out the window at the city lights, so distant, so unreachable. My life felt like it had shifted into a place I no longer recognized. I thought of her coworker, the man who had entered our marriage and changed its course forever. I didn't know if I despised him or felt nothing at all. What I did feel was grief for the life we had promised but never reached. I didn't cry at first. There was no release, only numbness sinking into my bones. But later, as the darkness deepened, the reality hit fully. The woman I loved with everything I had chosen someone else. And there was no one doing it. Weeks blurred past, work, solitude, empty rooms. She moved out, taking her things and leaving behind a cavernous silence. Friends reached out with sympathy that felt weightless. Only the quiet spoke honestly. Our life together was gone. I began journaling, pouring out anger, sorrow, confessions, letters never meant to be sent. Trying to dissect her reasons, trying to understand the night she betrayed me. Eventually, I realized some things can't be understood. Months later, I saw her at a cafe. She sat with him, laughing softly, brushing her hand against his. My heart slammed painfully in my chest, a brutal reminder of everything I lost. I wanted to run, to shout, to demand answers that would never be enough. But I didn't. I simply watched, silently witnessing the life she chose. That night, staring at the ceiling, I thought about trust, how fragile it is, how easily it breaks. And I understood something. Forgiving her was optional. Healing myself wasn't. I didn't need to unravel her motives. I just needed to reclaim the parts of myself scattered by the collapse of our marriage. In time, the pain softened, not because I forgot her or excused what she did, but because I chose to keep living anyway. I rediscovered comfort in small things, the scent of rain, warm sunlight, the quiet reward of a day that felt whole. I slowly remembered who I was without her. Someone complete. Someone unbroken. Her betrayal left a scar that would never fully fade. But it taught me something vital. Love is not possession, and broken trust teaches us just how delicate the human heart can be. I would always carry the memory of what happened, but I could decide whether it chained me or pushed me forward. The kitchen knife I set down the day she confessed still rested on the counter, catching the late afternoon light.